Hi guys, it's Jeanette with Our Background Creations. Come on in. Tonight it is all about Light It Up for Fun Friday on Craft Around the Clock. So come on in and let me know where you're watching from and I'll get our comments pulled up. There we go. Hope everybody's had a good week. And if you are in the light or path of the storms, that you are keeping safe. I have a hangnail. Bother me. Hi, Lori Henderson. How are you? So tonight for our Fun Friday Light It Up, we're going to light up a lantern. So this is one of the lanterns that my husband makes. I painted it black just because I didn't want to have to spend all that time. Hey Mary Snyder, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So this is a wood lantern that my husband made, and I went ahead and painted it black. We're going to do a little dry brushing and make a bow and flowers for it. So I went ahead and painted it so we could get that out of the way. Hey Cheryl, how are you? So it's got little feet on it. Hi Tracy. I don't have these on the website, but I do have them in the shop here locally. So if you're interested, just let me know. Roddy Mom Crafting, how are you? Towel out here. Hi Kim, hi Gail. So what we're going to do is I've already painted it black and we're just going to do a light, hi Jamie, thank you for sprinkling, a light dry brushing just to give it that farmhouse look. I didn't know if I want to go primitive or farmhouse, so we're going to go farmhouse. So I wax on, wax off, take a lot of your paint off. Hey Deborah, and then you're just going to dry brush it very lightly. You don't want to go in a lot of directions. Pretty much want to just go up and down. So there's the look that we're going for. Hello, hello. See here. Is it Robin? Yeah. Robin? Hi Mary. Hi Kelly. Thank you. Thank you. So we're just going to dry brush it. You'll have a lot of... Hi Sissy. How you doing? A lot of areas to... Ooh, too much paint. Too much paint. If you get too much paint, you can always go back and dry brush it black. And that'll take a lot of the white out, which I've done in the past. I found some other lanterns that I kind of got some ideas from. My husband's got so many ideas he wants to make. Hi Cindy! Got me a new paintbrush. Look, it's all nice and clean. Last week Hobby Lobby had the paintbrushes on sale. And I have found that I like the long ones. I used to not, but when your paint's almost gone, it's good to have a long brush. This is the wood crates that I make, Busby. This is the look that a lot of people like locally here. Too many people don't like the primitive around here, but they do like the farmhouse. So I'm just going around and get the idea of what we're doing. And we're going to light this up in 2 different ways. I didn't want to have to paint it, dry it, and skimp on decorating it, so I went ahead and painted it black before the live. I hope everybody's not in the path of the storms. I know Kentucky had some this morning, Western Kentucky. We have not had any storms. We had some wind earlier, but nothing major. So when I do it, I even do the lid, or not the lid, the top underneath, because you just never know. You want it to look uniform. Hi, Beverly. Walmart's pressed wood. I understand that. You have fires, Kim? Oh. Yuck on the fires. It seems like we've had a lot of, I don't know if I'm just paying more attention to the news, or if it seems like we're having so many fires and hurricanes. I mean, I know we always have hurricanes, but it just seems like there's so much more this year. All right, now we can flip it back up. My husband made it, Kelly. We sell these locally in our shop. We have a booth here in town, or room, and he makes them for me. And I paint them or stain them. I sell them plain. So if you're interested, I can put them on the website. I think he's got $20 on them. Thank you, Kelly. This part goes rather quickly because you're not having to paint. Mary, he hasn't, let me see. He did make one shorter that somebody requested. He made one that was about, I think, this tall. It's got a little loop on the top. It's got little feet on the bottom. I found another inspired picture from Pinterest. I want to make a big square one that has chicken wire around it. You know, I've never watched any of the Harry Potters. Don't know why. I've never watched a whole lot of movies. I find movies I like and then I just watch them over and over and over again. Like, I never watched Grey's Academy, but I'm binge watching it. So I have 18 seasons of it. We don't have TV, we just watch YouTube. I did have to read Harry Potter, I think the first one, when I was in college, because I went to college as an adult. I was never a reader anyway in school. I just didn't like to read, so I skim everything, or get the Cliff Notes version. Oop. Little handle. this is chalk paint. This is the folk art. Yep, folk art, white. Well, it's white Adirondack. Now see, I just never could. Now see, I've said this before, and I don't know if you were here, Melissa. I read my first novel when I was 35. And it was the Jeffrey Dahmer story. I was a criminal justice major, so I'm not morbid. So this is pretty much drying as I do it, just because I'm doing it so light. And chalk paint. There you go. Yeah. I mean, I'll read more now, but I'd rather someone tell me about it instead of me having to read it. So I think I got all the surfaces. Oh, nope, I missed one. That's why I was turning it around, because all the different sides. I do love true crime. That's like, you know, like the Discovery channels and whatnot. I used to get, was it the ID, Investigation Discovery or whatever. I did subscribe to that for a while. You read Braille books? That's interesting. All right, I think it's got enough white on it. So here's what we got now. And really, it's dry. You don't see... Floyd knows that I was a criminal justice major. So, no harm, no foul. Okay, so now we have... Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. You know, I do that. I pull up shows because I have a laptop and then 2 other monitors. So I'll put a show here. I'll put Canva here, and I'll be doing something here. Oh, so what we're going to do is I picked out some florals. I kind of bunched them up. So we're going to work on these. I've got a little bit of light purple in there and some cream and white. Cindy don't like scary movies. I don't like gory movies. Floyd likes the blood and guts, and I'm just not into that. And he'll, what's that one? There's one streaming thing that is all very old scary movies. They're the ones that are such a low budget that they're dumb that they're scary. You know what I mean? Getting all my tags here. I've already pulled them apart. This was a whole, right here was a whole bunch. This is Regency. I got that from a local wholesaler. Right. Now, I did have a class with, he's now our county prosecutor. He was an assistant county prosecutor. And then I also had a class with our county coroner. That was a little... I can look at pictures, but I can't smell it. If I had to smell the things that a coroner smells, I'd probably lose my lunch. Okay. So what we're going to do is we have 2 sides to the lantern. Now, if you've ever seen anybody with flowers on a lantern, they usually do it to the side. I'm going to do it from the top down, and then we're going to put bow there. So that's what we're going to work on. You know what floral tape is? That tape that you pull it and it gets all sticky. That's what we're going to use. finger bait. All right, so I'm just going to build one side at a time. And then if you have, flowers come in a box and they're all squished and all that. Oh, I love Silence of the Lambs. I love Anthony Hopkins too. If you get flowers that are squished, here is a handheld steamer, like to do your clothes and stuff, or curtains. I've done it some, so they look better than they did. But you can just steam your flowers back to looking a lot better. It works great on like the flower parts. I had some carnations that were in a box and they were all smashed up, and it just brought them back to life. Okay, so this is our base piece. These are kind of like weird flowers. And then I've got some lamb's ear. Just wanted to make that look fuller. Between your fingers. And then this is just some eucalyptus. No, I forget what that is. Greenery is greenery to me. I used to get from Kali, I got a buds, but I got a box every month. Then I had to cancel it because I had so much greenery. And now I'm getting down there. Thank you, Mary. So you just want to layer your flowers. Now, since I got so many stems here, I'm going to go ahead and, you can zip tie them. Maybe I will, because these are they one of your favorites? I like lilacs too. I like all flowers, unless they're ugly. Mine and my dad's favorite flower is, I know it's got a really long name, but it's called a moss rose. And they're almost a ground cover. There we go. So when you do a zip tie, that kind of holds it, and then you'll put the tape around it to keep all of your stems from poking out. I like a lot of outdoor plants. My mom and grandma have both done well with indoor. I just never did. Probably because I forget to water them. So I'm just holding these stems together really tight and twisting the floral wrap. You see how it's just sticking to itself? As you pull on it, it gets sticky. And it comes in different colors, like if you're using, different colors of stems. Most florals will be green or brown. Don't twist on me. I don't need this to be long, so we're going to cut part of this off. You love your houseplants? My grandma lived in a very small 2-bedroom house. It used to be an old school, one-room schoolhouse. And she'd have like 70, 80 plants in there. You love red, pink, and coral. My mom could grow flowers. Before they bought the shop where I grew up, my dad made her rock beds, along the driveway and stuff. And she would have massive flowers. You're a magnolia gardenia fan? I like magnolias. Okay. So there's the start of one. And then I just have some little, I don't know, I call them balls, that I want to put in here. And I have a couple flowers. Now we don't have to put the flowers in it, but I think I like something a little bit bigger. Sometimes you kind of gotta put it together. You like zinnias? I like the colorful Shasta daisies. I do like those. So this one doesn't have a long stem on it, so I might have to glue it in. Let me get some more zip ties. Got some small ones in here. Hi, Roz. How are you? See if my fingers can hold on to these. These are really, really small. But I don't want... So what I'm going to do is, this stem has... It was already cut. Sometimes I cut flowers and don't need them. So I'm just going to zip tie it to another stem. If I can hold on to this little one. Sometimes the fingers don't like to work. Do you? So does my mom. And she likes the black-eyed Susans. That's probably one of my least favorite. So I did it to the back, and then we'll just kind of maneuver it up to the front. You know, because flowers don't grow in a straight stem. They move around. So that's what we'll do with that. So when she moved, when they bought the store that they're in, she got all the seeds from all her flowers. She has, you love black-eyed Susans? I don't know. She could grow the most biggest cleosas. They're the ones that kind of have fuzzy flowers on it. They were always so huge. I could never get them to grow that big. The only thing I could get to grow really big was like morning glories or 4 o'clocks that just like took over. As a kid, I used to play with my grandma's 4 o'clocks because they had those real hard seeds in them. Okay, so we got the other floral in here. And we'll just kind of move it around. No, I don't want it back there. So we're going to bend this. So when we do the other one, we'll have one off the top over here, and then we'll have one off here. Let's start on our other one. And I made a bow in case I run out of time. If I have time, I'll make another one. I have mint. My front flower bed, when I moved in, had hostas all around the front and mint everywhere. Now I know mint is supposed to keep, what is it, mosquitoes away or something. I couldn't get rid of it. Need to make a spring one. I missed out on spring. I don't know. I have a fence that Floyd made me with a little box in the front. And I've got red, white, and blue in them. That's what I made in it on a live, I think, one night. And that's just what I kept in it, and it went to the front porch. I had tulips I got down to put in there, but this never happened. Hi, Pamela. How are you? We're doing florals tonight. It is, Tracy. I could send you some. My son is taking some. I've had friends of the kids' take some. They're like, oh, I want some. I'm like, take it. Take it all. Take it all. Okay, so now we're, see, if you just leave it, these will go just like everywhere. So that's why we wrap them. It is like, and then I have the Virginia creeper in the backyard, and it's horrible. It does. Oh no, it's not in containers. It's all through the front flower bed. I had every year bought more perennials so I wouldn't have to buy flowers every year. And then my son was helping me in the flower bed pull up, hi Julie, pull up the weeds, and he pulled up my perennials because they weren't very tall. That's been quite a few years ago, but I haven't planted any more flowers in there. I filled up half the bed full of rocks, river rocks, and then I bought a big planter to put in the middle, just so it kind of looks like a flower bed. Okay, so we'll get that together. Guess we don't need those. Your husband does the same. Oh yeah, I was so mad. I was mad, but I wasn't mad. I was mad because I had probably bought almost $1,000 over the few years of plants to. Oh, I didn't put these in there. Do I want those in there now? Maybe not. We're gonna leave them out. I can always stick them in. Never again. I can't give that stuff away. It is, every year I pull more and more up. My granddaughter wanted to pull some. I said, go ahead, pull it and then smell your hand. She's like, it smells like gum. Now, my great aunt, growing up, we would go walk. We lived in the country, and she would pick dandelion greens to make dandelion wine. No, thank you. This one needs an extra. You have apple mint? I don't know what kind of mint this is. It's really tall. I'd say some of it gets to be almost 2 feet tall. I keep saying I need to split my hostas every year, but never seem to do it. I don't like to plant them in the, or split them in the spring. I thought I had another white flower. Do I not? Maybe not. Oh, here it is. It's a bud. I like the buds. Aww. Yep. He pulled my perennials too. So this one, let's see if I can stick it in there. If you're doing florals, don't be afraid to move them around. They'll bend back. Like this one, I need to find a good stem to attach it to. Dandelion salad with hot bacon dressing. Now my mom did that on like she made wilted lettuce. Oh, she's so mad. The rabbits every year she plants a smaller garden. She wasn't going to plant one this year, but she says, I like my fresh tomatoes and, some things. So she planted a little bit. No corn or anything big. But, the rabbits got her spinach. She said, I only had one spinach salad. I used to not like spinach, but I like it raw in a salad. My dad used to make me eat cooked spinach. So we can get those florals in there. Then you can just bend them whatever way you want. Okay. So, I get a bug that eats them every year. Makes little holes in them. And I gotta get some 7 because they're already starting. See how far to Oh no, Tracy, be safe. Now, see, I'm from Illinois where Tornado Alley was, and if I hear sirens, I just go outside. But that's because I grew up around tornadoes. Okay, so we're going to connect these together. I told my son that too. I said, you're only allowed to spread the mulch. That's it. So I'm just going to put some zip ties around these. Then I'll probably put green floral tape around it. Stay safe. Hopefully it's... We have a basement here. Gosh, this was... My son's 27 now, and he was 15 when a tornado hit town. Now, they said tornado, an F0. I call that straight line winds. Just from where I grew up. Okay, is that all sturdy? I think so. We'll put a little bit of green on there. It doesn't look like I'm going to get hit unless it's shifted at all up here in Ohio. Tracy's on the west side of Kentucky and I'm on the east side of Ohio. It may be the grasshoppers, I don't know. This makes your fingers all sticky. If you're pulling it too hard, it will break. I just want to cover the zip ties. All right. I'm just going to set that there. You know what I could have done? I could have put it right through there. Oh well. Too late now. And then I have a candle for in here. I had these to put in the florals, but I don't think I'm going to now. Melissa swears she'd just rather take the hurricanes. Not me. I'm back here and twisted my little lights. I got the little twinkle lights. It does. It's all right though. All right. So we're going to do some twisting and put that off there now. I had to have my husband find me double A batteries. I didn't realize that candle took 3. So I'm just weaving this in and out of the, we call this a little swag. And this is really long. I probably should have doubled it up. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. Double it up. Got 15 minutes. Have you guys got to watch any of the other presenters today? I've only caught a couple people. So I'm just going to take this really long one and I'm going to double it up. After I get it, guess I get it untangled again. Twisting the night away. Oh. All right. Let's make sure they still work. Since I've yanked on them and, yep, they work. So I just folded them in half because we don't need like really, really long ones. So I'll probably put, I'm just going to put it right there for now. I don't know if I'll attach it or not. Oh. Do it this way. Yeah, I didn't get to see Becky. I didn't get to see you, Jamie. What was I doing? I think I was doing laundry. That was when the phone rang. The phone's always ringing. Stay there. Don't go nowhere. So I'm just, there's no rhyme or reason to this. You don't want it real tight because you want to be able to see the lights. Hi, Lisa. How are you? We're making a mess with twinkle lights. How I ended up with that, I don't know, but we'll get it in there somehow. So don't forget, if you're not part of Craft Around the Clock, make sure to go join, answer Miss Tracy's questions. Lots of inspiration to be had all the time. She plays replays and posts pictures on the weekend. Sometimes there's events. Aw, look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's turn this off a minute. I'm gonna put a little bit of tape on here. I know it does. And normally I don't even answer it. If I don't know who it is, I don't answer it. But I knew who this one was. And you can't put too much of this stuff on something. It gets stronger the more layers. Thanks, Roz. Okay. Oh, my candle fell out. So now we're going to, here's my bow. Kind of matches the lantern. You can put different colored bows on it. Like say you did a neutral florals, you can always change out your bows. Didn't do my dovetails. Twinkle, twinkle. So you're not going to see me for a minute. Woohoo. I'm just twisting the pipe cleaner around the little handle. Thank you, Jamie. Ooh. And then let's see, I'll get a couple bigger zip ties. I worked hard for a lot of months to do bows. Because when I first started making wreaths, I couldn't even make bows. So I'm just attaching where the little hanger was, through there and around the swag. Zip ties are great because if you need to take something off, you can just cut it. They won't rust. Now I can see, so back here, see how you can see all that? Thank you. We're going to cover that up real quick with just see, we can take a lamb's ear. We'll just cut it off really short. So I'll turn this around. And I'm putting some glue on the stem. So I just stuck it in between two stems. Thank you, Lisa. Because we'll just hide that a little bit. Thank you, Cheryl. I miss doing florals and bows and all that, so I like to do them every once in a while. I haven't made any wreaths for a while. So see, you can just put that there if you want to add a little floral. Let's see here if I have any more. I have some greenery. Oh, I know. Oh, where's that other one? I have little pieces of greenery that I just save. Thank you, Anita. See, when they're pushers, you can just push them up. Then that way you get a bulkier look instead of, you know, spread out. So that'll just add a little bit more greenery back there. It doesn't look like I just stuck lamb's ear. Ohio and Kentucky, hopefully that's southern Ohio. I'm in, if Cleveland's up here, and here's Columbus, and here's Pittsburgh, I'm in the middle. So we have our light. Have our twinkle lights. And all my lights are on, so I can't like turn them off, or I would. I don't know if you can see the twinkle lights. I might be able to turn the overhead off. You see it now? There's the little twinkle lights. And then our candle down here. Oh, thank you. So if you want to do like a twisty thing to your ribbons, kind of makes them cute and bouncy, you just gotta use wired ribbon, but you just roll it up on itself, and then you pull out the middle part, and that way you can see the candle inside a lot better. Hey, Reenie, thank you. And this bow here is really not that hard to make. It's all the same size loops and just one ribbon. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. But there was only... The main greenery was the only like full stem I had. Everything else was just scraps from other things that I have used part of the stem for. And then I literally keep them in 2-gallon bags and put them in a tote. So of course this would be something, thank you Valerie, that you would not want to put outside unless you had like a really covered carport. And then I have access to the little light switch. And then our candle is just freestanding down here. So I hope you guys like that and maybe get some inspiration. Thank you, Jackie. So if you're not following me, I would love for you to follow me so you know when I go live. And I do have a YouTube channel. If it's the same name, Our Brighten Creations, if you wouldn't mind popping over there and giving me a subscribe. I'm trying to grow that channel just as well. Right, Cindy? Thank you, Sissy. All right, guys. Stay tuned for the next presenter. Hopefully they're not in the path of the storm. And I will see you guys next Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.